Hi, everyone. It's Allison Schramm. I am half of the medium and the mortician. He asked me to tell you guys that tomorrow that he will be here with us tomorrow, and he said, "Tell everybody that I will be coming on with you tomorrow to YouTube." So when um, Mr. Charlie joins us, that he always has his embalming stories and his mortician skills to share with us. So please come plan on, just catching it on the replay tomorrow night. And we look forward to being here together. So I was getting ready to come on. I was going to talk about, and I still am, about what happened today, or how I spent my day today, and the readings that I did, and spirit and who came through. But I wanted to tell you, my granddaughter and I had placed an order with Lime Life by Alcone, which is a botanical organic skincare and cosmetic company that I represent, and so does she now. We had been waiting for something new that had just recently come out, and it's called Piece of Cake Collection. The reason that it's called Piece of Cake is because it's the 5th year birthday of Lime Life. Lime Life was founded for a breast cancer survivor. Alcone is the professional cosmetic company that is the parent of Lime Life. But this is, you open it up, and it is a lip color that it was made just for the birthday. It's called Birthday. And this is the most beautiful nude lip color. It goes on as a liquid, dries as a matte. It is so beautiful. It has a doe foot in it. I'm wearing it right now. And this Piece of Cake collection with your nude lip liner is $32. Now, this collection comes in 9 shades. You cannot get a long-lasting lip color that is organic, botanical, has no parabens in it, and a lip liner that is Leaping Bunny certified, not tested on animals, beautiful, in 9 different colors from anywhere other than Lime Life by Alcone, and it's $32. It's called Piece of Cake. It's the birthday collection. And then also I wanted to show you this. I had heard about these. I mean, a lot of the other beauty guides had gotten it before I did, but this is the Birthday Cake Perfect Blush and Bronzer Duo. These are the most popular bronzer. This is the most popular bronzer, which I think is bronzer number 2. And it is, the blush is the, most popular blush that Lime Life has, and they're put together side by side, and I'm telling you, they are truly beautiful. You can also use this as an eye duo for eyeshadow. I actually used it tonight here on my makeup. I know there's so much flashback right now coming at me, and every time I get closer to my light. Okay, so that might help a little bit, but I love this look. So the blush and the bronzer is only $24. Try going into Sephora or Ulta or anywhere and buying a brush and bronzer, paraben free, for $24. I can't believe it. I have to keep looking at my computer screen to make sure I'm right about that. But professional makeup, 50% pigment. Ask the people who work in those stores what is the pigment, what is the percentage of pigment, which is color, a fancy word for color. And no one else has 50% pigment. This is developed for the entertainment industry. So I am wearing all Lime Life, and I wanted to let you guys know that this is my passion. This is my side hustle. So in addition to that, I am also a psychic medium. I am married to a mortician of 50 years. We've only been married for 12 years, but he's been around a long time and he's seen a lot, and it's always fun um, visiting with him. So, one of the things that I wanted to discuss with you is that I have a new phone. Um, I'm doing some videoing now here with YouTube, and my son said, Mom, you really need a better phone. And I said, okay. So we got a new phone. And I realized today, going into a reading, that this was the first time that I was using my new phone in on a reading. Now, there is something very personal about doing a reading when you're sitting in the dark and you're just speaking with the non-physical. I have someone on the phone, I'm doing a reading for them. I hang my phone on my shirt right here, and I speak into the phone, obviously, just in a comfortable position in the total darkness and silence of the room. Um, but my phone is my buddy. My phone is the conduit that carries the messages that I'm speaking. And it occurred to me, I'm taking a brand new kid into this reading with this phone. Now, the reason I speak of it that personally is because spirit will manipulate my phone. It has not happened yet with this phone. I'm sure it can, but we often get the chills, right? When I don't know what the average person says when I know my mother used to say, oh, a rabbit ran over my grave or something like that, to indicate that you just, got the chills when something happened or someone said something. And it's actually quite common in working, as you know, with paranormal. And it's because of the electromagnetic field change is supposedly the biological reason for why it happens. A shift in energy in the room um, with spirit. But where was I going with that? With oh, so spirit manipulates things electronically. That's where I was going. And my older phone would randomly put people on mute. I'm still talking, I'm doing the reading, people will be muted. I'll be talking and no one's saying anything. I'll look and the hold button was pressed. And the phone's not moving. The phone is sitting right here. I'm sitting right here, still as I can be with my eyes closed. And there's no manipulation or touching of the phone whatsoever. I'm not, doing any of this. I'm in trance, actually. So, yeah, so today I used my new phone, and I was surprised because the way it felt was that I was amped up. Like I just had a Red Bull going into this reading. There was no lack, there was no difference. It was stronger. It was just a really strong feeling for me. And the person had booked, she booked today, she booked 30 minutes with me. And immediately I just start delivering the messages. And as it turns out, that she had a suicide. She had another close family member pass, and one was biological and one was step that she was, hearing from, and one of them was a suicide. It's so interesting to me. There's so many things I could say about this because it was such a wonderful reading and it just went so smoothly. And I was really pleased with my phone performance, which I think is really what I'm talking about right now, because I didn't even think about it until I go in and lights go out and I sit and I dial someone's phone. Now, I'm speaking of this because when I went in, I mentioned this in a previous night about no meditation required. that I go in, I sit down, turn the lights off, I can push the button, my phone lights up, I dial the number, and they answer their phone, right? And I close my eyes, and immediately I will feel female, I will feel child, I will feel spirit will show me body organs, spirit will show me whatever it is that they want to show me, and it's through symbols that I deliver the symbol and the message will come. So it is important that you understand that your body will absolutely carry the rhythm of your mind. And this is something I want to talk about. So I think if my son always says, what do we want to call this, Mom? But what I want to call it is your body will carry the rhythm of your mind. Now, people who have passed, their personality will come through the exact same way it was when they were here on the planet. If men were flirts, if men were loved women, if men were boob men, they will show me. There's nothing that I think that is hidden. It's almost like, we are given a pass with secrets. Like personalities come out just completely the way they are. And it's so important that we understand that how you present yourself here is how you are going to be presented if one of your loved ones is visiting with you through a medium. Now, yesterday, when I was speaking with a woman I was doing a reading with yesterday, I was seeing a church, but the church was completely upside down. And I had no idea. I kept seeing a church upside down. The steeple was at the bottom and the roof was like at the bottom and everything. So when I see a symbol and it's upside down, I know it means not so much. Well, as it turns out, I said, what's up with the church being upside down? She said, well, we're Episcopalian and we leave the ashes at the church, or we put them in a crypt in the church. And I said, yeah, you know what? There's something up with that. Like, are you thinking about pulling his ashes out and moving them somewhere else? And she said, well, that's what his family wants. They don't want his ashes there in the church by themselves, without the rest of the family. They want his ashes buried where everyone else is buried. And I said, I really believe that that's what he wants, because for him to show me the church and it be completely upside down, to me, it just means this isn't the way it's not going to go well, or this is not what I want, or it's going to be slow, or it's just upside down. It's almost like, and I do not read tarot cards, but if you've ever had your cards read, if a card is upside down, it has a totally different meaning than if the card is right side up. And that's how it is with my symbols. Then I know it's kind of on the flip side. You know what I'm saying? And so when I talk to people, it is my intent when a client or someone calls and books a reading with me, it is absolutely my intent that people know that I want them to experience healing. The only reason that I would submit my body to this, because there are a lot of other ways that you can earn money. And, so many more ways. This is not, I talked last night about how the nostalgia of mediumship is kind of, gone by the wayside. But it is my intent that when someone visits with me, that it's for them to receive a healing, for them to be at peace. And today, with the woman who called today, she asked me, she just flat out said, well, I said he died at home. And she said, yes. he showed me the bed, and she said, yes. And she said, what is so crazy about that is that that bed is upstairs, and he never went upstairs. So my question is, was there any foul play? So she's wanting to know, why on earth would you go upstairs? You never go upstairs. And why were you found like that? And there were a couple of things that he communicated to me. One was a sword, where he was in a battle with himself. Just, he wasn't fighting anyone else. He was not in legal battles. He wasn't in a fight with someone else. It was just himself. He had severe stomach issues, lots of stomach pain. Now, as a medium, I've told you that the reason I think the Bible says don't do it is because you will feel what the deceased felt. And I felt the stomach pain and the nausea. She said, that's right. He couldn't eat. And he did not show me this, but she told me that he was a drinker. I don't remember seeing any symbols at all and I can say lots of symbols, believe me, for alcohol. But one of the themes that seems to be running through this week is depression. And we talk about depression all the time, right? I mean, just as the average American, like, depression is just a word that's thrown around. But I want you guys to know that the words that you speak and where you put your energy is what you are attracting. And there is down and out that is so down and out that it is next to impossible to lift yourself up. And the only way that I know that you can, if you're in the dumps, I say, well, I'm a student of Esther Hicks, and Esther has taught me this, that you have lost your connection to source energy. If you're feeling negative, if you're feeling down and out, you need to immediately go within and zoom in on what that is about. And you need to do something to change that feeling. How you feel is absolutely what you are going to create more of. So for depression to be as fatal as I have seen it, I don't know what the statistics are on suicide now, and I'm talking about just in 2020. How many people have taken their own lives in 2020, or how many people took their own lives in 2019? It has to be huge, huge. Or somehow, I just said last night, so maybe I'm attracting this, but I think it was just last night here on YouTube, I said that suicides are my favorite to read for, because there is the most healing work that is done. And I'm not doing this to entertain myself. I'm not doing this because if I don't, I can't feed my family. I'm doing this because I can, and because I know that people want to be at peace, right? And it's not just peace here in the physical, but it's peace in the non-physical. I do believe that people who are chaotic and in turmoil, when they cross over, they still will allow me to feel the depression. And I'm telling you, it's debilitating. I told you guys about the man I read for about 3 days. I had just had the joy sucked out of my life. And I kept saying to everybody, I'm not feeling good. Something's wrong. Something's about to happen. Something's going on. I mean, I called a family meeting, told everybody, duck and cover, I don't know what's going on, but something's not good. And then I'm connected to this woman, or contacted by this woman who I read for. And lo and behold, once she made the shift in her consciousness and how she felt about her husband who took his own life, I saw a champagne bottle being uncorked. I saw there was some other symbol of celebration. Oh, the sun. Once again, this is a card from the tarot deck. So it was the sun, the sun card. And once she released and let go of her anger or her bitterness. And it happened at that moment on the call where something was flipped. He talked about writing something in crayons, and she said, yes, he wrote letters, but the words were meaningless. I mean, he's spirits here now. He came through so clearly, and he stepped up to what he had done, and he showed me he had turned his back on her. She validated everything, and it was her first communication with him, right, since he's been on the other side. Her true validation through someone who wouldn't know anything. I know nothing, but I am given the information. I gave it from him to her, and she had a flip in her attitude, and things got so much better for both of them. And then that is what I'm talking about, the healing work. It was healing for both of them, honestly. So I don't even know. I know I'm jumping all over the place right now. I'm really scattered with this. But it is so important that you understand that you are attracting more of what you feel. If you're depressed, if you're experiencing severe depression, you're going to be attracting just even more severe depression until you do something to get reconnected to your God source within. Okay. Music. I love Agape International Church out of Beverly Hills. It was Reverend Beckwith, Dr. Beckwith. Please go there. They have streaming archives. The music is fabulous. His speaking is wonderful. And that's one way that I lift my vibes, right? That I shift my consciousness and I get reconnected to source. Some people can do it in the car with praise and worship music. That's why some people go to church, is to feel as though they're around like-minded people. Whatever it is that makes you feel better, then that's what you need to do. So care about how you feel. That's crucial, because your body is going to carry the rhythm of how you feel, carry the rhythm of your mind, rather. So your body is manifesting from within whatever it is that you're vibing to, okay? So if you're vibing to Me Against You, I've said so many times that that's when the white blood cells attack the red blood cells. And in the body, it's called cancer. That's what Me Against You is attacking within itself. There is a saying that says, no tree is, I don't know, let me say this my way, and then I'm gonna have to clean it up. No tree is vulnerable enough or stupid enough or ignorant enough for its limbs to fight among themselves. And in the body, Me Against You is cancer, and it's, we're just killing ourselves, basically, based on how we feel. So that has everything to do also with age. How do you feel? I am so comfortable. If I were to ask you, what age in your life did you feel the most comfortable, or in your own skin? What age, if you could go back to any age, what age would it be where you were the most at peace? And then think of that. Think of yourself that way. When I ask myself that, I really came up with the age of 62. I just turned 62. And I have so much gratitude for my life, the way it is each day. There is a lot of laughter and joy in our home. We have a 13-month-old in our home, 12-month-olds, 13-month-olds, it's like having constant entertainment for us. There's just a lot of really good stuff. Lime Life by Alcone is my hobby, and the vibration of the products is so high because they are made from trees and plants and roots and herbs, oils, natural oils, organic botanical skincare. And I make sure that my whole family is covered in organic botanical skincare, because as Mr. Charlie spoke other night, that working with the formaldehyde and the embalming fluids, it went directly into his bloodstream through his hands. And so chemicals, formaldehyde specifically, is found in cosmetics and in skincare today. So please do yourself a favor, download the app Think Dirty, and then scan everything that you have that goes on your skin. You get to choose if it's better off in the trash can, or are you going to say, well, let me just use it until it runs out. Okay. So many women do that when they realize that their cosmetics are truly toxic. But what I tell people is it's kind of like if you had chicken in the refrigerator for quite some time and it was just a little bit tainted, it just has a little bit of salmonella in it. Let me just go ahead and eat, because I did pay for it after all. Let me just go ahead and eat that. And because I paid for it, I mean, I hate to throw it away. That is the exact same sickness as it is when you're putting things on your skin. Did you know that it takes 30 seconds for whatever you put on your skin to go into your bloodstream? That's it. So get the app Think Dirty, scan Dial soap, Ivory soap, all of just everything, whatever you use. I don't care what it is. Scan it and you make the decision. A lot of times things will say organic or paraben free, but there are a lot of chemicals in fragrances. The fragrance that is used in some of the skincare is just completely toxic. Who would have ever thought that Johnson's & Johnson's baby powder would have asbestos in it? We're still finding in some of the makeup stores asbestos in the eyeshadows, right? And they say that the average woman eats 7 pounds of lipstick in a lifetime, and the chemicals that are used in lips colors are being found in brain cancer in women. So organic botanical skincare is what I'm pushing, because I know that how you feel is what you're going to be attracting more of. So I talk about age only because I'm proud of being 62. I am very, very proud of my age. I love who I am today more than ever. And do you know why? It's because at the age of 62, and my whole point, I'm about to totally contradict my point, but my point is that we put so much emphasis on age, but my happiest ever is right now at 62. I like who I am. I like my skin. I'm happy with my family. Life is good. And I'm trying to teach my family that words of love and kindness are the only words that are spoken in this house, right? Because that's what we're trying to vibe to. So how you feel your age. So being age conscious is a really big deal. We know that well, all over the world, I guess. I don't know, maybe not in some countries, but here in the United States, it is a big deal. And if you don't want to be 62, then quit telling people you're 62. How do you feel? 22? Well, then tell people you're 22. Give your birthdays away, give them to your kids. When it's your birthday, pass it off. Let someone else celebrate it in your family. Give them gifts. You take it. I don't want it. I'm not going to get older. But whatever you're vibing to, right? It's a thought or a belief is only a thought you keep thinking, right? So the body vessel is going to do whatever is happening in the mind. That's the bottom line. And if it is severe depression that I have experienced, when I do readings or that it's just gut wrenching. I mean, absolutely gut wrenching. And people do not call me and say, let me tell you about my blah, blah, and then tell me everything. And I say, yeah, he was depressed. That's stupid, and then they give me money for saying, yeah, he's depressed. We don't do that. I tell them what was going on. And it just happened today that there were 2 men in her life today, the woman today, one of them had been a suicide, but one of them wasn't. But he had a charming personality. I felt like he just wanted to kiss me or he's just a lover. He was just a kind, funny lover. All right, that's how he came through. But anyway, the way you view yourself, the way you view your age, that is what you are creating more of. So you need to find the age where you felt your best and then just go with that and make peace with the age that you are. I think that that is my most intense advice, is to be happy where you are. Oh, no, it's not, because I have one more thing, that you have to develop the attitude that you just don't care what other people think. You know, let me tell y'all something, and I might get emotional saying this because sometimes it shows up in my subconsciousness, in my dreams. I fell in love once with someone who fell in love with me. And it was 40 years that he looked for me, and he found me. And when he found me, he was such a rigid, straight laced, opposite of me. Polarity, you know, the polarities, were just like total yin and yang, like almost like magnetic field, like so opposite. But one of the things he said to me is, "You're crazy." And I'm like, okay, okay, okay. But guess what? That love that I had for him never went away. I still love him. Maybe I am crazy. I don't know, but I still keep showing up. I still keep dyeing my hair purple. I still keep talking to the dead because I believe there is healing in that. But until you get to a point where you could care less what people think, you're not going to live your best life. Do not live for others. Do not speak words because other people need to hear you speak those words. Do not pray prayers with words that you think everybody who's hearing you pray wants to hear. No, go within, honor yourself from within, love you first, exactly where you are, and expect that from people in your family and teach that. And when you connect or you tap into a family member or someone who is hanging on a low limb and they're experiencing depression, you need to teach them how to lift themselves up, because I promise you, with all that I am and all that I have, those people who are taking their own lives, who are saying, "I'm stepping out of this body vessel, I cannot do this anymore," have just absolutely gotten to the point that they cannot breathe any longer because their lives are so painful. I promise you that their lives are just gut-wrenching painful. So when you stop and you ask yourself, why did he do that? Why did he leave me with this mess? Why? I'm not justifying, I'm not defending, but I can tell you, as a medium who has felt what those people feel, there is no hope. They have no hope, but you can help change that, and you absolutely must change it within yourself. Okay. All right. All my love. I am Allison Schramm, the medium and the mortician. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am passionate about Lyme Life by Alcone. Please go to www.lymelifebyalcone.com/Allison, ALLYSON, Schramm, SCHRAM, and order one of these beautiful piece of cakes with the lip liner and the enduring lip color that is in there are 9 shades. This is just the one called Birthday Cake. Let me show you. See how nude it is? You guys can see that I shake. But that's because I'm loving my life at 62. I might shake, but I'm still happy. All my love, guys. Bye.